Hi, and welcome to Relationships and Astrology Scorpio New Moon 2019. I'm Armand Diaz on Long Island.
And I'm Margaret Gray in Dublin. And Armand, you almost said full moon because it's Scorpio. And so we kind of tend to associate Scorpio with full moon, don't we? Because really this new moon has a lot of qualities of the full moon. What do you think?
Well, it's opposite. It's opposite Uranus. So when I look down at my little sheet of aspects, I see this opposition going on. So naturally, I thought this has got to be something along the lines of a full moon. It's a very, new moons are inner times. It's times we pull inwards, especially Scorpio, right? It's this seeding, planting, clearing the old, beginning the new. This is opposite Uranus. This is a different this is a different Scorpio new moon. It's going to pop very quickly, I think.
Yeah, we're kind of even struggling to find the words, aren't we, in terms of relationships? I mean, what I associate with Scorpio in relationships is passion. Now, passion can have lots of sides to it. There's the passion which, we associate with romantic passion, but there's also the darker side of passion, which is associated with jealousy, with obsessiveness, with control, with power issues, power over. And when it's opposite Uranus, we really don't know which of those sides is going to manifest because it's like expect the unexpected with Uranus. So, and it's a Uranus that's ruled by Venus. It's a Uranus in Taurus. So we do know, the one thing we know about this new moon is that it is going to impact relationships. That we do know.
It's a Uranus ruled by Venus, and Venus is in Scorpio. So let's not.
Yes.
So it's just, we just got this reciprocal thing going on. Well, I'll tell you what I think. This is like a possibility for relationships. And here I'm going to talk about, this is romantic relationships, because everything else is just, I feel volatile would be the only, that's all we need.
Yeah.
Thursday, we have Venus in Scorpio is sextile to Pluto, right? There's a kind of intensity, maybe a kind of working out of things there. We have the Libra moon over the weekend, which, I mean, it's a waning Libra moon, but it's like sort of, that's a relationship kind of thing. While Mars is square to Saturn, and that's a tense, like, can't get, want to get moving, can't get moving type of thing. And then we hit this new moon opposite Uranus, and we get a quick turnaround. I'm thinking, it could be surprises. It could be surprises that you'll like. It could be surprises that you don't like. I would definitely think that it could go either way in this. But, if your relationship is in a vulnerable spot, it could go either way.
You say that with such gusto, Armand. It's like, yeah, I guess it's back to passion. The thing not to forget, it could be also, surprise could be a new relationship for some people. I mean, new moon, it could be the seeds of something very deep, very, very, I'm being an optimist here, but it could be something very deep, unexpected, comes out of the blue, and may really be quite amazing. I mean, who knows?
Hey, your lips to God's ears. But
let's not forget that there's also this quincunx, slightly out of orb, quincunx to Chiron, which, just concerns me a little bit. So I'm thinking that, the Chiron in Aries is that sense of kind of, that ouchy part of us that feels like, but can I really do this? Do I have the power to do this? Do I feel strong enough? And so this new moon is really, it's like pushing it, nudging it and saying, come on, wake up this part. So there may be a few challenges in the way, even if there are some new relationships developing, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I would say so. I mean, I really get the feeling that we come into this new moon with a bit of pressure on us, feeling a bit constricted. It's like, the too tight fitting clothes or something like that. And this could be a really good analogy here because you got to rip them off. But I get the sense of there being just too much contraction and constriction as we come into this, and then we hit Uranus, and so there is this kind of popping outwards. And yeah, that could be the beginning of something new, but it's not a thoughtful kind of beginning. It's passionate, it's surprising and passionate and exciting. And maybe, it's Uranus. Maybe something that's different is appealing just because it's different.
There's another thing that's also going on. I think that there could be also secrets might come to light. With Scorpio, there is that digging in the unconscious, digging in the underworld, and that Uranus comes along and it might bring up secrets. Sometimes I've seen this happen even with family secrets, going back like even generations, that suddenly something comes to light, that somebody mentions something or somebody finds something. So, if you're digging in your closet or in your attic or in your wherever, your basement, you never know what you might find. Or maybe talking to relatives as well, you might find something about your family history.
Don't go digging in your closet, your attic, or your basement during this new moon. Don't do that. That's not a good idea. You know what's really fascinating, though? You talk about secrets coming to light. They may come to light at this new moon, but they didn't come to light at the full moon, which was square Pluto. Or maybe they did, and this is, there's a second act to the story, or there's processing some of what's happened, or there's reacting to what you've learned. So it may be new things coming out, or it may be a response to what has already emerged.
Another thing, we didn't mention is finances. So when there's Scorpio and, Uranus and Taurus, the earth and finances are also around. So there could be some issues to do with finances that come up for couples. So just to keep a lookout for that, maybe some surprises or some changes in how to manage money. And money, of course, connected to power as well in relationships. So again, we're back to that whole issue of power.
Money often stands in for emotion, doesn't it? Money is values and emotions. What do we value? The money often stands in for emotions in a relationship.
So really, what are we suggesting that maybe, to do with this new moon? I mean, in terms of planting new seeds, I think one thing would be to really, some introspection, really to have some time alone, have some time near water. Remember that Scorpio is water, and there's an amazing soothing quality about being near water and just finding that comfort of especially tidal water that comes back and forth. Maybe just really a lot of self-soothing, a lot of self-care. Yeah, I'm struggling to really find a lot of things that kind of.
We're all excited about the full moon square Pluto, and now here you are.
I know, I'm sure. I guess because it's right on my moon, so it's kind of personal to me. So maybe I'll let you all know what it was like next time we meet. But I'm kind of here thinking, okay, what's the best thing to do with this new moon? I think with couples, definitely to go easy with each other, to really go gentle with each other. I know this sounds kind of so trivial, but it's, do things that are very scorpionic. So, that could be making love, or it could be watching a great detective movie, or it could be just, doing something different, going into, even going caving. Just think of scorpionic activities. Go with the energies.
Spedunkling.
Oh, what's spedunkling?
Caving.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I'm not keen to go underground myself, but I know lots of people love it.
If it's like a big open cave, maybe, I don't really want to go into some cramped space, but that's me. Just to remind everybody, though, if your relationship is in a vulnerable place, or if it's at a tipping point, could go either way, this is liable to be a big deal. If you have relationship stuff right around the early degrees of fixed signs, this is potentially something that'll get you moving. But, for most people, I mean, you could get in a mood or something like that, but it's probably not, the be all and end all of things. It's just, a phase that we go through. You have a rough 12 hours or whatever it is, or you don't even have a rough 12 hours. So, we are sort of describing sort of the best and worst, mostly the worst, I think. It's not necessarily the case that everybody's going to be in such a fix over this.
And connect with your emotions. Don't forget, Moon in Scorpio wants emotional connection, and maybe spend time with people that you really trust, because it may not be easy to feel trusting this, during the time. So choose carefully who you spend your time with, and, and just feel that emotional connection. And don't forget that also pets are wonderful during these kind of lunar times that are a little challenging. Animals are such wonderful comfort, dogs or cats or whatever. So just go for a walk with the dog, maybe. or your neighbor's dog if you don't have a dog.
But ask the neighbor before you take the dog.
Yes.
Just get up and leave with the dog. That would not be good.
And to remind everybody that we now have webinars that are available on relationships and astrology. So if you like these recordings, you might want to hear a little bit more about the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, all those planets in relationships.
All those planets. And we'll see you for the full moon soon.
Hopefully. Take care, Armand. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Margaret.